I will be discussing about noun phrase. What is a noun phrase? A noun phrases often function as complements to the verb. This means that they fulfill specific grammatical functions required by the verb. When we see a noun as performing a role in a sentence, we think of it as a noun phrase. A noun phrase may function as the subject or object of a clause. A noun phrase may consist of a single word, a noun or pronoun, or a group of words. A noun is a word that names the things we are talking about. A noun names a person, place, or a thing, object, or idea. A group of words which act like a noun. Words can go before the noun and or after the noun. Noun phrase can be determiner plus a noun. Our friend have bought a house in the village. In this sentence, our is determiner, friend is a noun. Together, they form a noun phrase. A noun phrase can also be an adjective plus a noun. Our closest friends have just bought a new house in the village. In this sentence, closest is an adjective, friends is a noun, while our is determiner. And together, they are serving as a noun phrase. It also functions the new as an adjective and the house is a noun. Together, they forming a noun phrase. A noun phrase can also be a quantifier plus determiner and a noun. For example, all those children are waiting for food, wherein all is the quantifier, those are the determiner, and the children is a noun. Put together, they became a noun phrase. A noun phrase can also be presented in a parse tree or a tree diagram. In a tree diagram, a sentence is divided into two parts, a subject and a predicate. They are made of a noun, phrases, or verb phrases. These are groups of words that include a noun or verb and any words that add as modifiers. John saw himself. This sentence consists of a noun phrase followed by a verb phrase. The second rule reads, a noun phrase consists of an optional that or determiner followed by a noun. The second parse tree is, John's mother see himself. It is impossible to assign the same referent, John and himself, in the second and third sentences. We can observe that there is something wrong. There are various specific configurations in which pronouns, anaphors, and our expression can must be used. Even though both he and himself could refer to John below, you can another example of a tree diagram in a sentence. The dog ate the bone. This sentence, the noun phrase a big dog is comprised of the indefinite article a, the adjective big, and the noun dog. The verb phrase jumped over the fence consists of the verb jumped and the prepositional phrase over the fence. As you can see, the subject is a noun phrase that consists of the indeterminate article the and the noun dog. Kate is more complex as it consists of both a verb and a noun phrase. Breaking down the predicate, the verb is ate, and the noun phrase is the indefinite article. The bone is noun. As a whole, tree diagrams offer a clear and more nuanced look at sentence structure without sacrificing traditional word or are quickly becoming the standard method of sentence diagramming as the result is easily comprehensible to everyone. And that would be all. Thank you.
So now let's proceed to anaphors. Anaphor, an NP that obligatorily gets its meaning from another NP in the sentence. There are actually at least two different kinds of anaphors. One type is the reflexive pronouns like herself, himself, and themselves. The other kind are called reciprocals and include words like each other. For our purposes, we'll just treat this group like a single class, although there are minor differences between the distribution of reflexives and reciprocals. Reflexive pronouns. Reflexive pronouns are words like myself, yourself, himself, herself, itself, ourselves, yourselves, and themselves. Reflexive pronouns are words ending in self or selves that are used when the subject and the object of a sentence are the same. For example, she made herself a cup of tea. The reflexive pronoun herself refers back to she. The other types of anaphors is we have reciprocal pronouns. We use the reciprocal pronouns each other and one another when two or more people do the same thing. Putting it another way, reciprocal pronouns refer to a situation where someone or something performs an action on others and receives the same action in return. For example, Peter and Mary help each other. Peter helped Mary and Mary helped Peter. There is yet another kind of NP. These are NPs that can optionally get their meaning from another NP in the sentence, but may also optionally get it from somewhere else. These NPs are called pronouns. Pronoun. An NP that may or but need not get its meaning from another word in the sentence. We have here some examples. First, we have Art said that he played basketball. In this sentence, the word he can optionally refer to Art. For example, the sentence can mean Art said that Art played basketball, or it can refer to someone else. For example, Art said that Noam played basketball. Typical pronouns include he, she, it, I, you, me, we, they, us, him, her, them, his, her, your, my, our, their, one. Getting back to syntax. It turns out that these different semantic types of NPs can only appear in certain syntactic positions that are defined using the structural relations we developed in the last chapter. Anaphors, our expressions, and pronouns can only appear in specific parts of the sentence. For example, an anaphor may not appear in the subject position of sentence. The example for this is herself bopped Hetty on the head with zucchini. The theory of the syntactic restrictions on where these different NP types can appear in the sentence is called binding theory and is the focus on this chapter and makes reference to the structural relations we learned about the previous chapter. This chapter thus will be your first exposure to why structural relations are so important to linguists. That would be all, and thank you for listening.